In the annals of financial history, few events have been as dramatic and impactful as the day George Soros took on the Bank of England. It was September 16, 1992, a day that would come to be known as Black Wednesday. On this day, Soros, a Hungarian-American investor, made a bold move that not only shook the foundations of the British economy, but also solidified his reputation as one of the most formidable speculators in the world. To understand how Soros managed to break the Bank of England, we must first delve into the economic landscape of the time. The early 1990s were marked by a period of economic turbulence in the United Kingdom. The country was grappling with high inflation, rising unemployment, and a recession that seemed unending. In an attempt to stabilize the economy, the British government had entered the exchange rate mechanism, or ERM, a system designed to reduce exchange rate variability and achieve monetary stability in Europe. The idea was to tie the British pound to the German mark, which was seen as a stable currency. However, this decision would soon prove to be a double-edged sword. As the British economy continued to struggle, the pound became increasingly overvalued. The government's commitment to maintaining the pound's value within the ERM meant that interest rates had to be kept high to attract foreign investment. This, in turn, stifled economic growth and exacerbated the recession. Soros, with his keen understanding of market dynamics, recognized that the pound was unsustainable at its pegged value. He saw an opportunity to profit from what he believed was an inevitable devaluation. Soros's strategy was straightforward yet audacious. He began to short the pound, betting against its value. He amassed a staggering position estimated at around $10 billion, which was a colossal sum at the time. This move was not just a gamble, it was a calculated risk based on a deep understanding of economic fundamentals. Soros believed that the British government would eventually have to abandon its commitment to the ERM, and he was determined to profit from that eventuality. As Soros and other speculators began to sell the pound, pressure mounted on the Bank of England. The central bank found itself in a precarious position. To defend the pound's value, it had to intervene in the currency markets, buying pounds with its foreign reserves. However, the more the Bank of England intervened, the more it drained its reserves, and the more speculators like Soros sensed weakness. It became a classic case of a self-fulfilling prophecy. The more the bank tried to defend the pound, the more confidence it lost, and the more speculators piled on. The situation escalated throughout the day, with the Bank of England desperately trying to prop up the currency. Interest rates were raised from 10% to 12%, and then to 15% in a frantic attempt to attract investors. But it was too late. The market had already made its decision. Soros's bet against the pound was paying off handsomely. As the pressure mounted, the British government was left with no choice but to withdraw from the ERM altogether. The pound was devalued, and Soros emerged victorious, reportedly making a profit of around $1 billion in a single day. This event was not just a victory for Soros. It was a watershed moment in the world of finance. It highlighted the power of speculative trading and the vulnerability of central banks in the face of market forces. Soros's actions raised questions about the efficacy of government intervention in the economy and the ability of central banks to maintain control over their currencies. For many, it was a stark reminder that the market often operates on its own terms, regardless of government intentions. From a right-wing perspective, Soros's actions could be seen as a triumph of free market capitalism. Here was an individual who, through sheer intellect and risk-taking, was able to challenge a government institution and emerge victorious. It underscored the idea that markets should be allowed to function without interference. The notion that a single individual could take on a central bank and win is a testament to the power of individualism and the entrepreneurial spirit. It serves as a reminder that in a free market, success is often reserved for those who are willing to take risks and challenge the status quo. On the other hand, from a liberal viewpoint, Soros's actions could be viewed as a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked speculation. While the free market is a powerful force, it can also lead to instability and economic hardship for ordinary citizens. The aftermath of Black Wednesday saw a significant impact on the British economy, with many people suffering as a result of the devaluation of the pound. It raises important questions about the ethics of speculation and the responsibilities of investors. Should individuals like Soros be allowed to profit at the expense of a nation's economic stability? Is there a moral obligation for investors to consider the broader implications of their actions? In the years that followed, Soros became a polarizing figure. He was celebrated by some as a champion of free markets and a savvy investor, while others criticized him as a ruthless speculator who profited from the misfortunes of others. His actions on that fateful day in September 1992 serve as a reminder of the complexities of the global economy and the delicate balance between market forces and government intervention. Ultimately, the story of how George Soros broke the Bank of England is not just about one man's financial triumph. It is a reflection of the broader dynamics of the global economy. It highlights the tension between individual ambition and collective responsibility, the power of markets, and the role of government in regulating those markets. As we continue to navigate the ever-changing landscape of the global economy, the lessons of Black Wednesday remain relevant, reminding us of the intricate interplay between speculation, regulation, and the lives of everyday people.